So perhaps that has to do with Einstein and him saying that energy equals the mass times the speed of light squared, which means that we are just appearing. The mass is moving around at such a fast speed that it appears like a massive solid, but in actual fact we're just energy fields. And not only us, but other things as well. You know how now young people are wearing these virtual reality suits, and they're playing virtual reality games. They enter cyberspace through these suits, and rather than see the game as being outside of them, they understand, because their senses are getting stimulated in such a way, they believe that they're inside the game, inside the spaceship, inside the soccer field, or riding the motorcycle. So I've often perceived perhaps my physical body is a type of biological virtual reality suit. You know, perceiving actually a virtual reality. I mean, some religions speak about, you know, the body being a vehicle for the soul. I find that interesting. Maybe it's metaphorically for what I'm saying is that the body may be a virtual reality suit, and that this is a virtual reality. You know, these questions are endless, and when you put these things together, that you're in a virtual reality suit and that everything is energized, it's just energy fields, you're like, okay, this is great knowledge, but how can I put it to use? You know, I ask myself, how can I put this thing to use, you know, if these things are true? And one of the things I use this knowledge for is to say, okay, first of all, this is a very, as Einstein once said, you know, he goes, this is a very persistent reality. He says it's a dream. It is a dream. Einstein said it was a dream. But he goes, it's such a persistent reality, you begin to feel it's real, or you actually are tricked into thinking it's real. This is Einstein's word, it's not mine, right? So, okay, what do you do with all this knowledge? What do you do with these kind of perception of the universe? And I think, okay, well, if this reality is so solid that it seems real, I have to deal with it, you know. You can't say I received a bill today, this is an imaginary bill. No, you gotta pay that bill. Or you can't say, well, I'm pregnant, so, you know, this is virtual. No, you're gonna give birth, you're gonna have a child, so it's a real fact, you know. Someone giving you a punch, that's a real punch, you know. I don't care what they say that this is, you know, all an illusion. There are physical realities that I have to deal with. That's one fact. And the other thing I think about, it's similar to this film, The Secret. Now, I will take The Secret, I think it's a fabulous film, but I think, you know, you have to take it with a grain of salt too, you know, don't take 100%. It's a little dangerous to think that absolutely everything is created by you and your thoughts. But I do want to say that I do agree that our thoughts do create realities, meaning, sure, we do invite, we do create, and we do, you know, co-create with the environment, and our thoughts can affect the energy fields of this reality. At the same time, you know, let's not get too superstitious about things. We're nearly getting to this phase where we're like, okay, poor and sick people, well, you know, they created that reality. That's a little dangerous for me. And another last point I would like to make is, because some people say, you know, this is the dream, and when you're dreaming, you're awake. When you're dreaming in your bed, that is. And what is definite is that even if you're dreaming of an experience, if you're in your bed and you're dreaming of an experience, the experience might not be real. The facts might not be real, but your experience is real. Meaning, if you're very sad in a dream, if you're crying in your dream, your subconscious keeps that experience of crying as if it were real, like in your awakened state. So, I don't know if that's at all useful for you, but when you do like a so-called past life regression, it's not important whether there really were past lives or weren't past lives. It's very hard to prove these things. The point is, if you feel that you were a queen in a past life, or a pharaoh in a past life, or a priest in a past life, you know, these are the usual roles. Nobody wants to be a fisherman in a past life. It's a kind of curious fact. But at the same time, I'm just saying that I would just say, look, the fact that you think you were these things in a past life, it tells us something about yourself, okay? It's like a dream you had. The experience is real. The facts might not be real, but your emotional experience of dreaming certain things or fantasizing certain things are very real. So if you have visualizing works, you know, focusing on positive thoughts work, but let's not pretend that we are controlling reality. This is a bit too far-fetched. In any case, I've said the thoughts in a bit of a jumbled way. I hope you got some idea and inspiration. I'd love to hear your emails about it. I'd love to, you know, for you to share your thoughts. It's a very philosophical question, and it's been going on and will always go on till the end of time, if there is such a thing. So, lots of love, take care, and thank you for listening.